My name is Roger Beaman. This is my teammate Mike Lee, and we have built Effektiv Property to solve problems for landlords. And so I'd like you to think right now, how does a landlord keep track of lease renewals and upcoming vacancies? And the answer is tediously. It's often with paper, or it's with some hacked together IT system, or they hire a property manager, which costs a lot of money, and basically does paper or a hacked together IT system themselves. So we wanted to reimagine this and make painless property management. And so we built Effektiv Property. So you log in here through Lockatron, which is a service that Mike is going to talk more about later, and you're immediately taken to a dashboard which summarizes all of your properties. And this was built with a custom-made D3. And the top one shows your upcoming vacancies, and the bottom one shows the responses to your current renewal requests. And you can see that at a portfolio and at a building level. And so how does this data get here? You can add it through this form here. Yeah, that's how you add a building. And then you can correspondingly add a property to that building. And part of the biggest difficulty with this was, for one thing, figuring out what would make most sense to show for landlords, but also making a lot of very large models play with each other. Because each landlord has to have a set of buildings, which has a set of apartments, which has a set of leases, which all needs to be summarized very quickly and performantly to give you the visual that you saw. We also allow uploading of lease PDFs through the file system API and storing in AWS. So one thing that we haven't shown you, though, is the apartment level view, and that's because that includes a whole new set of features, which Mike is going to talk about.
Thanks, Roger. So imagine you're a landlord. You have to deal with two groups of people primarily, brokers and handymen. Now this means that you have to keep these keys in a central location while the broker or handyman picks them up and then comes back and drops them off later. Now this becomes a huge waste of time, which becomes a huge waste of money, and really you don't know where these keys are. So what we built was, using the Lockatron API, a system where the landlord had immediate access to unlock and lock an apartment at his will, and also invite anyone that he wants to have the same access in a defined period of time through the email. So that access is given a custom key, and that person, that handyman, can get that and have access for a day. Now imagine, in real life, you have this physical key, and you're a handyman. You go and inspect an apartment for a leak, but then realize that you have the wrong apartment key because the actual leak is happening upstairs. So what do you have to do? You have to go back to the central office, and now your apartment is at risk for major damage. So with this system, you end up saving a lot of time and making this system a lot more secure for your users, because now you're not having these keys float around everywhere, and this accountability system allows also for better tracking altogether. So we hope you enjoy this app. We plan to roll this out, and thank you for listening. Any questions?